So right here, this is where what we know about like the first house starting. Okay, this is in that area where you're going to find this first house, right? First house represents you, has everything to do with the self in astrology. And your ascendant sign sits here, and your whole chart is based off of this area. But to understand what is this zone here, what does it even mean? This zone, okay, this is mapping out something in the sky, okay? And this zone here is the eastern horizon. Okay? The eastern horizon right here. And then on the other side, just, so we can see that this is literally a visual of a map of the sky. On the other side, you have the DC. Okay? And this is the west. The western horizon. Okay, so on this side of the chart, this is where the sun rises. Okay, I'm going to put it right here. So you have the sunrise in the east, and then you have the sunset. So when you're here in the first house, this area, okay, which is starting your whole chart, it is completely related to the AC/DC line. Okay, so this whole area in this chart represents you. Okay, this is the self on this side. That's connected to the east, connected to the sunrise. And the sunrise is all related to things that are good. It's related to life itself, because that's the sunrise. It's when the day begins. And this goes back to ancient Egypt. Okay, this is going to be the contribution of ancient Egypt to what we have in astrology. The East being related to life itself and vitality. Okay, so this eastern area of the chart, again, your first house is here. So this is where the rising sign, your ascendant sign sits, and its zodiac sign. And this zodiac sign is very important, being the most important zodiac sign in your astrology, because your life is ruled by the ascendant. As we're talking about the houses, everything about the houses has to do with your horoscope and how life unfolds for you. So, with the sunrise being here, we have a situation going on the other side of the chart. Okay, which is, I'm just going to draw the lines here. So you have the seventh house. Okay, the seventh house on the other side of the first house. And the seventh house is related to this area of the west. Okay, the area of the west, the area of the sunset. And in this part of the chart, there is a kind of like a negative, more of a negative type of understanding because of the sunset. So the sunset has a lot of relation, like it's related a lot with the absence of light. It's related to the nighttime that's coming. That is, it's kind of like the other polarity that's coming, right? So in this polarity of what you have with the east and the west, the east representing you, on this side, the west represents everyone else. Which goes back specifically to your relations with others. So this is you, and this is your relations with others. And understand that your ascendant sign, whatever it is going to be opposite of that seventh house sign. So if you're an Aries rising, the seventh house is going to be a Libra, ruled by Libra, okay? And so there's always going to be an opposition of your essence in regards to the seventh house, okay? And this is where the seventh house gets a little more deep than just relationships. The seventh house is not just marriage and relationships, but it also has a lot to do with enemies. And the closer that you are to the DC line, the closer you are to that DC line, and whatever planets that you have there is going to be, it can be a very like repelling type of energy to who you are. And, what are your preferences in life. So what's very interesting with the seventh house is that it has kind of like a mix of two things going together. It's a polarity that's going on with these two oppositions. So this seventh house represents, again, enemies in your life, people who are going to not have the best intention for you, and or just people you have conflicts with. But with this, in the same token, since it's an opposite, it has like the opposite magnetic effect, right, where the opposites attract. And so that is the reason why the seventh house will have this connection with marriage, because it's a opposite attracting thing. But for everyone else that you're dealing with, okay, that is a part of this seventh house sign in your chart, it is again considered your enemies. It's literally a warning that your chart gives you of who are people that you have to be kind of more wary of. Okay, so that's the AC/DC line. And then what happens here is that on this bottom side of the chart, okay, on the bottom side of this AC/DC line, on this half, this is the half of the night. Okay, can be considered the night, or in really what we're mapping out in our astrology here, it's to put in better words, it's the other side of, how can I say this? This is the horizon, and so everything below it is the other side of the world. Okay, on this side. And so it is I don't know how to put it in better words. On the other side of the world, so like for instance, the sky that we don't see, that we're not currently seeing on the part of our sky. So I guess in a better way to view it is that this top part of the chart, this top part is the sky that was seen when you were born. So anything that's on the top part of your AC DC line is going to be the sky of anything that was going on in the sky at the time of your birth or location is going to be mapped out on that side. And the closer to this topmost part of the chart, the more that it's going to be directly above in the sky. So for instance, if in your chart, on this top part of the chart, you have this symbol which represents the sun, that means that it was probably like around noontime, and let's say, maybe it was nighttime at that time, and you just had different planets here, like the moon, okay, and it could have been Mercury as well, which kind of show up as stars in the sky. So if you see this on the top part of your chart, it's literally mapping what was up there. So in that angle in the sky, the moon was there and the Mercury, may have been following it. And then anything that's in the bottom part of the chart is going to be, again, the other side of the world. So let's say you were born at nighttime. That means the sun would be down here. The sun would be down here, as the sun was on the other side of the world, shining, while here was nighttime. And so that is what is to look out for in your chart. And this is very important because there is a difference between someone's chart if it's night or day chart. There's a difference, the way that it's read, the way that it manifests in your life is actually very it's very dependent on the time of your birth and what it like if it was a day or nighttime chart. Okay, it changes everything. And so that's way to understand this whole thing with the chart that we see.